introduction do you have for us?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Housing Authority is here today to talk about a merger study that was conducted. There have been, I believe in the history, a handful of occasions when a merger between the City Housing Authority and the County Housing Authority has been proposed or discussed, and wanted to take the opportunity to go into a full study. Bob Springmeyer of Bonneville Research conducted the study, and that is in your packets. The end result is a recommendation to not merge the authorities. So a little bit of history of that is going to be explained. Second part will be considerations around one, recommendation to consider merging the Section 8 voucher programs for the county and for the city. And this is a brief space in the actual study. It's something that was recommended to follow up and look into further. The initial rationale was looking at cost savings in an opportunity to merge the two, and I think that the City Housing Authority wants to open that scope up to look at all of the different issues that might come into play when merging. What does it mean to have voucher programs come together? What are gives and takes, wins and losses in that? And that's going to be a longer process that is going to begin, I believe, in earnest at the June 29th retreat that the Housing Authority has set up. I have been, or council staff have been invited to attend that, plan to attend. Hand staff have been invited to attend, so we'll be able to keep up on what's going on there too.
So we're waiting for a board meeting that will discuss this in particular. So that's interesting. We may be a little bit ahead of that cart, but
we can come back.
Yeah, good. And what about decision-making authority, Sean?
That was a question that I had as well.
You talked about if there is a merger of the Section 8.
Right.
It would take both the county and the city housing authorities together to agree to do such a venture.
Okay, so this is a courtesy briefing. We, as a city council, don't have any formal decision-making authority, whether to merge fully or part or any. Okay.
Right, but part of what we intend to do with our retreat is involve council staff, mayor staff, and we want to discuss this pretty thoroughly and be able to come back to you and make sure that you as policymakers, and of course on the mayor's side as well, have input into how this is going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great.
So we just didn't want to do it in isolation.
Yeah, fantastic. We appreciate that. Sean, anything else?
Let me just pick up from there. Going forward, we received the report in March from Bonneville Research, and at that time we had, in fact it was my motion to study it further in a subcommittee fashion. And I was also having surgery on my ankle at that time, and I was going to be out of commission for 6 weeks. So on further thought, I recommended that, and this is with Phil and Terry and myself as the executive committee, that it might be better to really have a thorough discussion of this with the whole board at the retreat itself. And we could have Bonneville come in, make the presentation to the whole board. We could have a thorough discussion of it, and with city staff and council staff. And so we could kind of really process this thoroughly with the entire board. And that's the direction we've agreed to go in. So on the 29th, we have the retreat scheduled, and we're putting the agenda together with our facilitator, actually tomorrow. We're meeting with our facilitator tomorrow, and we're going to put the agenda together so that we can deal with the suggestion, the recommendation that Bonneville made to look at the voucher merger part of this, and then further discuss how we want to process that, you know, to make sure, as Phil was saying,